is Jordan Bailey. I am an independent distributor, and today I am going to show you this stained glass ombre that I did. In my colors today, I'm using Lemon Meringue and Mandarin Summer. So I'm going to put that on. I did, as you can see, one base coat of the yellow. I would always do a base coat of whatever is the lightest color. So obviously for these, yellow would be the lighter one, so I would put yellow down. It's always easier to take a dark color over top of the light color rather than the opposite way. Okay, so next I'm gonna do about a third of the dark color. So in this case it is Mandarin Summer. And I did the same kind of so just a third of the orange, and if I was doing it the orange down here, I would do 2/3 yellow and then add the orange at the end. Still had only a third of the orange, it's just in a different spot. And on the nail stick you have a lot more space, so it always throws me off doing it on a stick, but do that and then fill in the rest with the other color, so Lemon Meringue. And I just met it up there, so we're keeping everything wet because we're gonna blend them. So we don't want to make it dry because then you won't be able to blend it. Okay. Okay, so for the ombre, I am actually using this little fan brush, and I'm just gonna be pulling the dark color, so the orange, into the other color. And sometimes this can take a while. I also like to have a cleansing pad nearby, and I just kind of wipe it off as I go, so I'm not dragging too much color in if I'm not wanting that much color in. So just like kind of really tapping it, little taps, and just kind of slowly drag that darker color up into the lighter color. Okay, so just keep doing these little tiny strokes to try and help blend that in, and wiping the brush off every now and then, just to help kind of not make the lines look so harsh. I'm just going to come down and with the yellow for a bit. And then I'm going to go back to doing the opposite direction I was doing before. So this part is a little time consuming, because you want, you know, to take your time, put lots of focus into it, and it is okay if you end up with some lines in it. Like, it's not gonna look perfect, because once you add a top coat, so either Clearly Frisky or I had done Matter Effect, it actually helps kind of soften those lines and they don't look as noticeable. So if you look really close on mine, like really close, you can still see some lines, but from like far away it looks pretty blended. So like this is looking pretty good. On your actual nails too, you're probably gonna want to do a second coat. I found on the nail stick the color stays much better than on my nail. On my nail it got light quicker. So I'm gonna cure that. I think I like how that's looking. So I'm going to leave it like that. And for the next step, which is the black lines, all I did was take my Raven's Kiss, put a dot on my tray, or my mat, sorry. And I like these striping brushes, so I took the short one, because I'm doing short lines. Just get that saturated so it's nice and wet. And I actually started off by doing the perimeter. So these brushes are amazing for getting you like just straight lines. I was actually really surprised how well they work, because when I first started doing lines, I always used a dotting tool, because I thought that, you know, having this really long brush, I was like, how is that going to give me a straight line? Like, I don't have any control over it, but honestly, it's amazing. Okay, so just keep going, and it's okay if you make a little slight mess up, so you can either thicken the like line up, and also when I was doing mine, if I had like a spot that kind of looked a little funny, I just made a line come out from that area. I'll show you. So just do the perimeter all the way around. Almost done here. So if you look here on the side, so I have like a blob or something. So what I would do, if this was my nail, I would probably start a line there and just like bring the line over. That way it looks like it was intentional. And I don't have to go through the work of wiping it off or whatever. When I was doing my actual hand, I actually did a lot of flash curing to keep the spots where, or like the lines where I had them clean. Okay, so I'm gonna flash cure that. So that just keeps your black in place, like your black outer line. And then what I did, because I was going for a stained glass look, is I just started placing lines. I pretty much started with just one larger line that kind of cuts it. Again, every single nail is different. I didn't have like a full plan going in. I just did it. Yeah, I noticed I messed up there, but I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I'm just going to take a line there. Okay, and then I just started going in lines, some of them vertical, some of them horizontal, some of them diagonal. Like, it didn't really matter. I was just kind of placing them to whatever felt good. And in the end, it looks amazing. Let's do... Okay. It's much harder to do lines actually on a nail stick. I think it's because the nail stick is so big compared to your actual nail that you have a lot more space to work with. Okay, let's just add one in here and then be done. So that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna flash cure that. Good for a flash cure, and I'm just gonna go back over all those lines just to like darken them up a bit. Oh, I'm shaking. And I also did go around the outside if I felt there was a spot that needed to be a little darker. Like on this corner area. I'm just gonna do a second coat. Sorry. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Definitely darkened up those lines. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit over here. Okay, that looks good. So now what I did when I was doing my nails is I went in with a full cure to kind of cure all that black. It's done. And then for my manicure, I just went in with a top coat of Matter of Fact. So I will just do that. So that's what it looks like, shiny. Which I would still recommend putting a clearly frisky coat on if you wanted it to have that shine. It's going to help eliminate some of those like the ombre lines. And so just go over top with your Matter Effect or clearly frisky. Give that another full. And there you go. So I actually did the opposite colors, just like I did on my actual hand. So with these ones, you would do about a third. So you would put your yellow down, and then you'd finish it off with the orange, and then you actually pull it this way. And then with the orange up here, you put that obviously there and pull it that way like I did in the video. But there are your ombre stained glass. Thank you for watching.